Hello and welcome to the first edition of Acuity Talks, an ESG podcast where we will discuss everything that is trending in the ESG domain. I'm Ananta, part of the investment banking domain at Acuity, supporting clients on sustainable finance and ESG related engagements. We will be talking about climate change and decarbonization. When we think about climate change, we do realize that it is a global problem and requires progressive steps from nations as well as companies to demonstrate how decarbonization can actually be achieved. To discuss the same, we have with us Puja Singh, Delivery Manager, Sustainable Finance under the investment banking domain. Puja comes with over 6 years of experience in the ESG domain across various sectors including renewables, metals and mining, oil and gas, FMCG and others. At Acuity, she is responsible for managing multiple engagements across ESG and sustainable finance. Welcome to the podcast, Puja.
Thank you, Ananta.
Let's dive right into the topic. The first question that I have for you is, how critical is it for businesses to focus on climate change?
That's a very good question, Ananta. I would say the world is currently facing something called polycrisis, which is a situation in which several harmful events occur at the same time. And hence, I feel addressing climate change and decarbonization is a necessity and not an option. Lately, I was reading this newspaper which mentioned that without the collaborative effort from businesses, the global temperature would rise to 2.9 degrees Celsius by 2050 actually, which is almost the double of 1.5 degree threshold imposed by the Paris Agreement. So it's very natural that with the rising global temperature, a lot of catastrophic events would occur in the future, such as floods, hurricanes, cyclones, etc. Talking about cyclones, you must have heard about the recent cyclone in Chennai, which led to a lot of negative financial impact on the government as well as businesses. It was really devastating and overwhelming to see news around people losing their lives, businesses being shut down, flights getting delayed. So I feel all of these is an indication that it's high time for the businesses and the government to develop mitigation strategies to combat climate change and decarbonization.
Thanks for that, Pooja. You just spoke about the need for nations as well as companies to develop mitigation strategies. I want to know from you, what are the three major levers on how the decarbonization can take place?
If I talk from a business perspective, the three key levers to decarbonize global economy would be number one, adopting renewable sources of energy and smart de-risking, which means identifying and collaborating with vendors to secure our investment. Second would be adopting circular economy. So initially, Ananta, we were adopting this linear economy, which meant take, make and dispose. However, today, the best strategy to decarbonize global economy would be the 3 Rs, which is reduce, reuse and recycle. Last but not the least, we should develop a culture amongst our corporate world wherein sustainability and performance goes hand in hand.
These were very interesting points that you have brought up. Now I want to know from you that companies are still very hesitant in making decisions towards climate change strategies, focusing on initiatives that are focused on decarbonization. What is your message to such companies who are still hesitant in making such changes?
My message would be very simple. See, we share one planet, one earth, and it's high time that we take strict actions to safeguard it. We can start by taking maybe simple steps. At Acuity, we conduct a lot of ESG and sustainability related initiatives. We recently collaborated with an NGO called Sweksha, which helped us in organizing a workshop called Kabar Se Jugaad, wherein we helped our employees in learning how to upcycle the waste materials. Some of the other initiatives also include plantation drive, carpooling. We also have a hybrid mode of working. So I feel businesses and government should take immediate steps to combat climate change and decarbonization. Companies and businesses should rethink and redesign their ESG strategies, goals, and ambitions, and maybe lay down a roadmap on how to achieve it. They can also identify their sources of emissions, track it, and then see how they can, curb those emissions. Also, for businesses who think that they do not have the resources or maybe the expertise, I would say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So, for businesses that are still hesitant to embrace climate change, it's the right time. You just need to decide and act upon it.
So it's actually very interesting what you mentioned, that we can start small and then maybe grow
Yeah.
bigger.
Yeah.
Now, finally, my last question to you for today is, what are we doing as at Acuity to support our clients in their journey towards decarbonization?
Acuity is basically a one-stop solution for all the services related to climate change and decarbonization. We have specialists from all over the world who have expertise in ESG, climate change, decarbonization. We support our bankers in their decarbonization journey by providing services with respect to ESG advisory, climate change, transition finance, ESG, capital market, and you name it. I would also like to highlight that our specialists, they have deep experience with respect to industries, ESG, and they are well versed with national and international regulations. I would also like to highlight few of the tasks wherein we provide support to our clients. The tasks include ESG PO benchmarking, preparation of TCFD reports, renewable energy strategies and feasibility analysis. We also provide thought leadership through reports, webinars, white papers, blogs, and newsletters, of course, which keeps our bankers informed and keeps them up to date with respect to the new and upcoming regulations and market trends.
Great, Pooja. It was interesting to know your viewpoint on climate change and how decarbonization should be a priority for everybody. Thanks again. This is Ananta signing off from Acuity Talks.